Welcome to the show. As always, I want to bring you the very latest on the coronavirus, then bring you up to date on the latest situations during the coronavirus. Before we do that, here's the plans for today. Today we're going to focus in on the graduations and all school districts' reactions to what the plan is for graduation. That's today. But first, let's bring you the very latest on the coronavirus since yesterday. Let's look at yesterday's data. Thanks, in part. As of yesterday, 46 are still travel-related cases. 98 zero new cases. No cases of new person-to-person travel contact. Community transmission 0. Under investigation is 23. But for the surveillance in Oasis County, 1 case. 3 no new cases of deaths. 129 cases for male, 88 for female. New tests are 4 hospitals and physicians. 138 have been tested. 39 are hospitalized. Currently, a hospital with 6. Of ICU is a hospital. 80 have recovered. So, if you look at the map will give you all the information that you possibly will need for this situation here. Total tests are 645, fatalities are 1270. Harris County, 817. Here in Oasis County, this is a big issue here. If you're going to go out, make sure you wear masks. And as always, if you're going to work, make sure that you wear a mask at all times so that no one can get sick. Alright, now that we got the very latest on the coronavirus, let's look at some topics here. First of all, graduation will be coming up in a few weeks here in the Bluff. Dr. Freeman said in his broadcast that he was going to come up with a plan in the auditorium, but that changed when the school board said that they want to do this at the stadium. So it's going to happen June 5th, which will be weeks away. Which will be like 2 to 3 weeks. So in 2 to 3 weeks, so like 3 or 4 weeks, we'll see what happens. We'll tell you about that later. Now, what does the school district say about the TEA response? Here's my good friend Catherine McGinty.
As the details.
There are still a lot of questions about what the next school year will look like, but educators seem to agree on one thing.
Things are going to be different.
That's why the Texas Education Agency is recommending several options for school districts across the state. Those include moving to a year-long model, adding 30 days to the academic calendar, or spreading the school year out with intermittent breaks. Some districts like Fremont ISD have already decided on a calendar.
Traditionally, we start on the 4th Monday in August. Now we're starting, if we're allowed to, on August 3rd.
Meanwhile, Dr. Hernandez, the superintendent of CCISD, says the size of their district adds to the challenges.
What makes, of course, the challenge is the number of students in any one classroom or in schools, as well as the fact that, we transport over 10,000 students a day in our buses.
No decisions have been made for CCISD yet, but some things they are looking at are building in breaks in case there's a second wave of the virus, continuing distance learning for some students, or even implementing block schedules to limit the number of students on campus. But before all is said and done,
we'll just continue to get feedback from our teachers, and we're seeking that input and feedback from our parents as well before we make a final decision.
We're not going to put any kid or any staff member in a situation that's unsafe.
Catherine McGinty, Chris 6 News.
Thank you, Catherine. I like the idea. More distance learning. What that school district is, they started tradition during August 5th. Now they're going to move it. Now they're going to move 2 dates. Take away 2 dates. So 5 minus 2 is 3. If you just heard. So now what does Fly Bluff have to say? Well, they didn't say anything, but I asked Dr. Freeman if he would come on the show to discuss any further plans, or I might go to the district. So I might ask the district if they can come up with a plan. So probably next week, I'll have an email from Dr. Freeman to see if anything should happen, because as we all know, this is a very serious pandemic, and as going through the phases, we have to make sure that no student, no staff gets infected. What I was thinking, like, to have 10 people in each bus, like 10 people on one bus, 10 people on the other bus. You'll probably be thinking, that's a waste of, that's not a bad idea. But how do you come up with like 2 people? What, 2 people on one side, 2 people on the other side? 2 people on one side, 2 people on the other side. Think of it as riding the airplane. 10 people riding the airplane. Or your suggestion? Why wear masks? A mask! Even though it's against the dress code policy, wear a mask so you want to be protected so you can protect yourself from the virus. And many students might respond to me saying, well, it's against the rules, but we might try that idea. Don't just do more than try it. Implement it. Mandate it. If they don't want to wear masks, then they can't come in the building. Issue a mask from the front desk. If you don't have a mask, then put it at the front desk. Like, if I don't have a mask, it's in the office. As always, if you're going to go out, wear masks and gloves so that you can be protected and stay safe from the virus. Now let's move on to graduation.
So when will CCID hold high school graduations? Well, that's a big question that remains unanswered tonight. The state has told school districts that they will be allowed to hold outdoor graduation exercises starting May 29th. Superintendent here says if it's safe to do that, then one option being considered is to hold graduations in June at one of the district's football stadiums.
We're really analyzing the parking situation of what that might be like.
Who has tentative reservations for the American Bank Center in late July. A final decision expected by tomorrow or early next week.
So CCIS needs to make the go-ahead. Now, for us, the Flower Bluff people, at the Hornet Stadium, that's June 5th, weeks away. 2 guests per graduate, 7 p.m. I'm glad that the school board is making a decision, but there are still several questions I have, like, how is it going to work? How is it going to be rehearsed? I have several questions. I asked Dr. Freeman. I sent an email to Dr. Freeman to see if he would come on the show. I'm waiting for a response, and we'll probably give you an update. But we'll probably give you an update next week. As this goes on, because let's face it, we all need the best education we can get. I got my best education back in 2016. All right. Alright, now we gotta take a break. Alright, next, we're gonna pour a break after this, including we're gonna have a lot more. Give me a break in just a moment. As Texas begins to reopen now, some places have not decided to reopen, like tattoo parlors. I mean, people go to get tattoos, but now one person from 4 days ago says, like, he wants to be given the same consideration as other businesses begin to reopen.
It's frustrating because we're under the same guidelines as they are. And in fact, we're a lot safer because we're trained in cross-contamination and disease prevention.
The coronavirus has forced people to change habits to stay healthy. But the artists say the kind of work they do already forces them to take precautionary steps.
The governor made a plea to not be able to evict tenants, but it doesn't stop it from going after this governor. So I still have to pay my rent, I have to take care of everything, just like if we were open.
The bottom line is that tattoo shops just want to be given the same consideration as other businesses that have been allowed to reopen.
Right now, the governor has us classified in the same category as sex shops and strip clubs. It's not us.
McDaniel and other tattoo artists have come together and tell me they are planning on suing the state of Texas for violating their civil rights. Roland Rodriguez, Chris, 6 News.
Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. What's that bullshit? Okay. There are a lot of differences between hair salons and tattoos. Tattoos are for arms, hair salons are for hairs. Why do you want to sue the state of Texas for violation of civil rights? You don't get it, do you? None of you get it. Tattoos are for bodies, hair salons are for hairs. Now you want to sue the state of Texas because your civil rights violated? Tattoo ain't your civil rights. I'm fucking pissed that they want to sue the state of Texas. I'll be there. Just give me a break. I will be there. No damn tattoo shop is everyone's braiding together as they can say, well, I want to sue the state of Texas for violation of civil rights. I mean, tattoo shops. What's the difference here? Hair salons for hairs, like haircuts, supercuts. There are differences. Haircuts are for hair salons, like for haircuts and stuff. Tattoo salons are for your body. So why take risks and say, well, I'm going to go sue the state of Texas because of my civil rights? The tattoo salon is not your civil rights. I mean, what are you going to tell them? What's the difference between a tattoo salon and a hair salon? What's the difference? There is a difference. And now the many hair salons, they stopped due to COVID-19. Back in March, I mean. And now this guy wants to bring everyone and say, well, and 4 days ago, this article says, I mean, different. I mean, Texas gyms will only be open in 1 week, but some businesses think you should do the same thing too. Like tattoo shops. People shall avoid visiting bars, massage establishments, tattoo studios, preaching studios, sexually oriented business, etc. That's what Governor Greg Abbott said. Don't argue with the governor.
Imagine if we ever got to meet.
You want to take the governor to the court? You want to sue the state of Texas and sue the governor? Well, this is what the governor wants. You can't. If this is what Governor Greg Abbott wants, then this is what Governor Greg Abbott wants. You can't argue for what Governor Greg Abbott wants. You can't argue with Governor Greg Abbott. And yet there's people who say it's the safest business. Like, what are you going to do, wear a mask and wear gloves? That's a violation. I mean, you can just, and still, tattoo shops will still not be permitted to open in Texas. This guy named Mark Daly operates 2 shops, been out of work since March. He argues safety protocols. No solid date. This is what the governor wants. You can't argue with the governor. So bottom line is, are you going to sue the state of Texas and the governor for this. This is what the governor wants. Don't argue with the governor, take him to court. I'm freaking pissed. He wants to sue, I'm going to court. Violation of civil rights. I'll give you violation of civil rights. I got your goddamn civil rights suit right here. I mean, he's saying, well, he wants to
So
sue.
as more businesses across the state start to reopen, the folks who run tattoo parlors getting pretty frustrated that they can't open.
Exactly, because of the order.
McDaniel and other tattoo artists have come together and tell me they are planning on suing the state of Texas for violating their civil rights.
How is suing the state of Texas for violation of your civil rights? That's not right. We'll have more after this. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, we're all in this together in this pandemic, and many people are going out finding jobs during this pandemic. Listen, I'm fine with you getting your jobs during the pandemic, but there's still your education going on. I mean, you still have your education going on, you're a senior, that's fine. But you have to be aware of these scammers around job hunting. Here's Chelsea Torres with this story.
Is why it is imperative to be careful.
We all want it, money. During a time where making ends meet is hard to come by, people like Larry Tucker are looking for jobs.
I was looking to maybe stay at home since when the corona hit, maybe help out, watching my son.
Tucker went online to look for a job. He received an interview opportunity from a company he never heard of. This is where things turned suspicious.
A lot of companies would have at least a contact number, and I'm only being contacted through text message. And this company don't have a contact phone number.
The company asked Larry to deposit a check shipped via FedEx into his bank. That's when he realized he was a target, not for a job, but for a scam.
We have seen a little bit of a rise in employment.
Just bypass it. It just normally is.
For the rebound, I'm Jeff Dubrow.
That was actually Jeff Dubois. I apologize. But how can you avoid job scams? Well, consumer.ftc.com. Here are the top 10 warning signs on the balancecareers.com. Never give out personal information like social security or bank number, open email, or phone. Never take the cashier's checks or money orders as forms of payment. Never cash a check that comes with extra money. And do not buy gift cards. Nope. And send barcodes to employer's request. Never send funds. Never apply for jobs listed by anyone far away from the country. Never agree to a background check unless you have met the employer in person. Never apply for jobs emailed to you out of the blue. Always be skeptical. If a job has a lot of money, it could be a scammer. Research the employer. Do they have a reputable website? Is the job listing applied for the career page? Meet face to face with a potential employer. Person interview, chat over coffee. Be sure to choose a public place to meet. Tell someone where you're going to be and bring your cell phone just in case. Trust your instincts. If a job sounds good to be true, it's likely a scam. and it's now an FBI statistic. This job scam's going high. It's not even an FBI statistic. The FBI loading university deployment scandal is targeting college students. It's targeting college students, and right now it's the and now it's an FBI. Now it's even an FBI statistic. Bottom line is, you want to get a job, just make sure you do your research. Do your homework. Just look for red flags, do your research, read reviews, pursue social media, ask questions, and trust your gut. And just figure out a way to handle this. And how can you report it? Report it to the local FBI. If you've been talking, just file the FTC. The FTC will do everything they can. Because now, it might be an FBI statistic. But with this pandemic, we all need money. We're back in a moment. Updating today's top story. The TEA, some school districts are planning to respond to the TEA saying they will go with their plans for this next school year as the coronavirus continues to be a pandemic. Plus, graduation is happening in Flower Bluff on June 5th, and also Dr. Hernandez, the superintendent for CCISD, says he will comply. He will have a plan for graduation by next week. And like I said, I responded to Dr. Friedman. If he says he wants to come on the show, we will have that for you next week. It could be Monday. It could be on the following days: Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, depending on the schedule. Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. That's part of our world, and that's all for this. That's part of our world, and that's part of our world. That's part of our world, and that's all for this edition of Give 'em a Break Friday. We'll see you again next week for Give 'em a Break Monday at our same time, 3:30, 4:30 Central, 4 Eastern, 3:30 Central. Until then, for all of us here on YouTube, have a great night. Stay safe. Stay safe. Take care of yourself, and take care of others. Good night, everyone.